Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Jennifer. I am a nurse practitioner student and I wanted to share my top 5 tips on how to stay organized and do well in your NP courses. Now, I still am in my first semester, but I've had a couple of quizzes and assignments already turned in. Currently, I'm doing pretty good myself in my classes, so I wanted to share what is it that I'm doing, what is it that I'm using in order to stay on top of my classes, but also working a full-time job. For those of you who are new here, go ahead and watch my last 2 videos. I started recording my nurse practitioner student journey so I can hopefully inspire others and help others as well who are on the same boat as I am. In the last videos, I shared that I work full-time, so that is 12-hour shifts 3 times a week at the hospital. I work as a mother-baby nurse, in case you were wondering. And on my days off, they're technically not off because from the moment that I wake up to the moment I go to bed, basically I am studying all day long. I'm only taking 2 classes, but let me tell you, the load kind of feels like it's a full-time program. I don't want to make the introduction too long, so let's just go ahead and jump right into it. I have my notes here on my phone. The number one thing that is helping me stay organized is, drum roll please, Google Calendar. It's probably not a surprise for a lot of people, and I'm sure a lot of people use Google Calendar, but to be quite honest, I was a planner girl, I was a hanging calendar girl. So I recently found out about Google Calendar just before I started my nurse practitioner program, and actually a friend of mine recommended it to me, and I am so glad she did because this is keeping me so organized. You are able to organize all your course assignments, quizzes, exams, your work schedule, your appointments, etc. You can put your whole life on it and everything just stays in one place. So that is something that I like about it, and I'm able to access it from my phone. Number 2 on the list is going to be the Flow app. And no, it's not the period app. This is a completely different app. This app basically is the Pomodoro technique. I also did not know what the Pomodoro technique was. My best friend also introduced this to me. As someone who struggles with time management and staying focused, discovering the Pomodoro technique has immensely helped me get through studying. So essentially what Pomodoro technique is, if you are not aware, it's basically studying in intervals at a time and then getting breaks in between. So for the app, it gives you 25 minutes of flow. So dedicated time to stay focused on the task that you're doing, and then it rewards you with a 5-minute break. And then each interval of 25 minutes that you do, the breaks get longer. So it's like a reward. If you're someone like me that gets easily distracted while you're trying to study, I'm telling you, the Pomodoro technique is so helpful for you to stay on top of your task. Number 3 on my list is going to be block scheduling. Now, there's a bunch of apps that you can download to block schedule. You can even use a planner to block schedule if you'd like. I did download an app called Time Finder. It's another strategy for time management, but more specifically for your day-to-day tasks. In conjunction with my to-do list, I will write out blocks of time for each task. Block scheduling helps me stay on the task and not deviate to go do something else that was not in the original plan. Number 4 is going to be binders. I am a tactile learner, so utilizing binders is a way for me to keep all my notes compiled in one area. I actually did this during my nursing school program. I would type out all my notes and then I would keep them in a binder, so that way once the midterm came and the final came, I had a comprehensive study guide essentially of all my notes from every chapter and lesson that we had. So essentially I just get a 1.5-inch binder. This is big enough to hold all the semester's worth amount of info, and I like to print out. This kind of is sideways a little bit, so let me fix that. My OCD is kicking in. I'm like, why is it lopsided? I like to keep the binder very plain, so I put the name of the course that I'm taking, and I like to also put the year that I'm taking. One thing I do is print out the course syllabus, because having to just rely on my Google Calendar, I'm a human. I make errors. I don't want to accidentally miss something that I did not put in my Google Calendar. So I print out the syllabus at the beginning of the semester. So I make sure that I am keeping on top of every weekly assignment. As you can see, I'm already halfway through the semester, and this is the amount of information I've already accumulated for my exams. For some people, it might be time consuming to have to type out your notes and print them out and then have to annotate and read them all over again. But honestly, printing them out helps me have that tactile learning. So doing this method helps me absorb the information better. I'm doing so much talking that my mouth is so dry. Let me take a little sip of my matcha. Number five is the use of a whiteboard. I don't own a whiteboard, but I do use my iPad. On my iPad, I have this app called Freeform, and I'm able to utilize it as a whiteboard. And the way that I use this is brain dumping. So when I'm studying before a quiz or an exam, I like to take a concept, I write it down, and then I just brain dump all the information that I know on that concept. After I'm done brain dumping, I then compare with my notes, and anything that I might have missed, I use a different color like pen. On the iPad, of course, you change the color. I use a different color to highlight the information that I missed. That way I can kind of focus on that information and therefore learn it. So that concludes my top 5 tips. Let me know if you use any of these, if you plan on using any of these, or let me know what techniques you use. I would love to learn new techniques. I feel like there's always areas to improve. Let me know down below. Also, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe so you don't miss any more videos of my nurse practitioner journey, or just some fun videos that I may post in the future. And once again, thanks so much for watching.